Football matches are often decided by single, microscopic moments of panic. Fast forward to the 65th minute. The score remains goalless. The pressure of the World Cup stage is beginning to crush Team A. The fans are whistling. The media expectations are weighing heavily on the manager's shoulders. He feels he has to do something. He has to win this game. And then he commits the cardinal sin of tactical management. He sacrifices structure for firepower. In a desperate bid to force a goal, Team A's manager makes a substitution. He takes off his only natural defensive midfielder, the player who, despite pushing too high, was the last remaining thread holding their defensive transition together. In his place, he brings on an attacking midfielder, a pure number 10. He transitions his team into a hyper-aggressive 4-2-4. From the outside, it looks brave. It looks like a manager going for the kill. But inside the mind of Team B's manager, it was a moment of absolute triumph. By removing the defensive pivot, Team A had voluntarily dismantled their own shield. Let's analyze the pitch state the moment after this substitution. Team A now has 4 pure attackers standing on the edge of the opponent's penalty area. Their fullbacks are pushed all the way up as wingers. The central midfield consists of 2 creative players who have 0 defensive instincts. They had taken the bait entirely. They had overcommitted. The spiderweb was now full, and it was time for the spider to strike. The 68th minute. Team A is circulating the ball again. They try to force a complex threaded pass through the center. It's intercepted. But this time, Team B does not just clear the ball out of bounds to relieve pressure. This is the moment they have been drilling for months. 0-1 seconds. The interception happens just outside Team B's penalty area. 0-3 seconds. Instead of looking up to see where his teammates are, the defending center-back plays a blind one-touch pass out to the left flank. He doesn't need to look because he knows exactly where the trapdoor is. 0-5 seconds. Team B's left winger, who had spent the last hour defending deep, suddenly explodes into a full sprint. Team A's right back is caught completely out of position, stranded deep in the attacking half. There's 80 yards of open, beautifully green grass in front of the winger. 0-8 seconds. Team A's 2 isolated center backs are thrust into an impossible situation. They have to backpedal furiously, but they are suddenly facing a 3-on-2 overload. Team B's central striker, who had been quiet all game, makes a vicious diagonal run, dragging one center back away and splitting the defense wide open. 0-11 seconds. The winger carries the ball past the halfway line. The central midfield of Team A is nowhere to be seen. The attacking substitutions they just made are lightly jogging back, completely irrelevant to the unfolding disaster. 0-13 seconds. A perfectly weighted, low-driven cross bypasses the scrambling, desperate slide of the last defender. 0-15 seconds. The ball is hammered into the roof of the net. Silence falls over the stadium. The camera cuts to Team A's manager. He is standing frozen, hands in his pockets, staring blankly at the pitch. He looks like a man who has just realized he left the stove on while his house is burning down. In exactly 15 seconds, a 68-minute illusion of dominance was shattered. Team B hadn't just scored a goal, they had executed a tactical assassination. Once a team that relies on control loses it, panic is inevitable. The remaining 20 minutes of the match were a masterclass in psychological disintegration. Team A threw everything forward, completely abandoning any semblance of a tactical plan. It devolved into Sunday League football. Long balls, desperate shots from
30 yards and angry fouls. Team B, on the other hand, simply retreated back into their web. They absorbed the chaotic energy, maintaining their rigid lines. They knew the war was already won. When the final whistle blew, the statistics showed Team A had 75% possession and 18 shots on target. Team B had 25% possession and exactly 2 shots on target. Yet Team B walked away with a historic victory. This match will be remembered not just as a World Cup shock, but as a definitive lesson in modern football strategy. It proved that possession without penetration is just an exercise in vanity. It highlighted the supreme importance of rest defense in an era where everyone wants to attack. But most importantly, it showed that football is as much a psychological battle as it is a physical one. Team B did not win because they were faster, stronger, or more talented. They won because they understood the ego of their opponent. They knew that by offering Team A the illusion of absolute power, Team A would eventually destroy themselves. As we move deeper into the 2026 World Cup, this match serves as a terrifying warning to every elite nation. If you step onto the pitch and find the enemy has given you all the space in the world, be careful. You might just be walking into a trap.
What happened between the 9th and the 12th minute of this match defies the logic of professional sports. It was an engineered demolition, a tactical blitzkrieg executed with cold mathematical precision. Let's put a stopwatch on the screen and break down the mechanics of a historical collapse. 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Toni Kroos receives the ball in midfield, completely unpressed once again. He spots Thomas Muller making a run into the right inside channel. Muller plays a delicate one-touch pass inside to Miroslav Klose. Brazil's defense is completely flat-footed, standing like statues. Julio Cesar saves the first shot, but Klose tucks away the rebound. 2-0. History is made as Klose becomes the all-time World Cup top scorer. But Brazil doesn't even have time to register what just happened. 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Exactly 90 seconds later, Brazil restarts the match, immediately loses the ball in midfield due to a loose pass by Fernandinho. Germany transitions instantly. Philippe Lahm breaks down the right flank completely unmarked because Marcelo is trapped deep in the attacking half. Lahm flashes a low cross across the box. Muller misses it, but it falls perfectly to Toni Kroos at the edge of the area. He hits it first time with his left foot. 3-0. The stadium falls into a stunned, deathly silence. The Brazilian players are looking at each other, screaming, completely demoralized. The tactical shape is now entirely gone. 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Just 70 seconds after the third goal, Fernandinho receives the ball from the kickoff. He is visibly shaking, his psychological state shattered. Toni Kroos robs him of the ball just 20 yards outside Brazil's own penalty area. Kroos plays a quick 1-2 with Sami Khedira. The Brazilian center backs are trapped in no man's land. Kroos slots it into an empty net. 4-0. People in the crowd are literally weeping. It has been less than 3 minutes since it was 1-0, and now it is 4-0. But Germany is not done. 11 minutes and 40 seconds, the absolute culmination of the midfield vacuum. Sami Khedira wins the ball back effortlessly in the center of the pitch. He drives forward uncontested. He passes to Mesut Ozil, who calmly returns the favor. Khedira slides it past Julio Cesar. 5-0. 6 minutes. 4 goals. This wasn't just bad defending, it was a complete structural and psychological evaporation. Brazil had completely ceased to exist as a tactical entity. They were a collection of traumatized individuals wandering around a football pitch, while Germany operated like a perfectly programmed supercomputer, exploiting the exact same central space over and over again. At halftime, the scoreboard read Brazil 0, Germany 5. Inside Inside the German dressing room, there was no cheering, no shouting, and no celebration. Mats Hummels later revealed that coach Joachim Löw stood before the squad and issued a strict, binding command. He told them, "You must remain professional. Do not try to humiliate them. Do not do trick shots or showboat. Show the opponent respect." This was the ultimate testament to Germany's tactical discipline. Even in the face of the greatest victory of their lives, they refused to let their structure dissolve into chaos. In the second half, Germany retreated into a highly organized, low-risk mid-block, conserving their energy for the final while keeping their defensive lines perfectly rigid. Yet even while playing in second gear, the structural superiority of Germany was so vast that they scored 2 more goals. Andre Schürrle came off the bench, exploiting the completely abandoned flanks of Brazil to score a clinical brace, including a breathtaking half volley that clipped the underside of the crossbar. Oscar scored a consolation goal for Brazil in the 90th minute, but it was entirely meaningless. The final whistle blew. Brazil won. Germany 7. David Luiz fell to his knees, sobbing uncontrollably, later stating in a heartbreaking interview that he just wanted to give joy to his people. But joy cannot be built on a foundation of structural anarchy. Brazil had sent a chaotic, emotionally driven squad into a chess match against a grandmaster, and they paid the ultimate price. The 7-1 massacre remains the most definitive cautionary tale in modern football history. It shattered the myth that raw talent, home field advantage, and emotional intensity are enough to win at the absolute highest level of sports. Germany did not win this match because they possessed superior physical genetics or magical footballing skills. They won because their manager understood the structural flaws of their opponent and built a system designed to ruthlessly exploit them. They won because when Brazil brought tears and passion to the battlefield, Germany brought a calculator and a tactical knife. It proved once and for all that in the theater of international football, structure will always conquer emotion. Arrogance will always walk into a trap. And if you dare to dismantle your own midfield shield against a world-class opponent, you are not just playing a dangerous game. You are committing tactical suicide.